There are some stories that just stick with you long after you've heard them. This is one of those. It began with a single pane of glass, a window facing an identical apartment across the alleyway. Sound designer Elias noticed a woman mimicking his every move at the exact same time. At first, it was funny. When he picked up a glass, she did. When he blinked, she blinked. Perfect symmetry. But as the days passed, it turned obsessive. He began hearing strange echoes in his apartment. A child's laughter, footsteps at 3:33 a.m., sound of furniture moving while he sat perfectly still. And then came the files. Every morning, a new audio file appeared on his desktop. First, u_air_not_alone_1.wav, u_air_not_alone_2.wav, and so on. Recordings of his apartment while he slept, with a second, slower breathing behind his own. His therapist dismissed it as stress, but Elias found a peculiar article. A tech company testing a quantum reality mapping program that accidentally opened observation loops across overlapping timelines. As he dug deeper, he realized the woman in the window was him. From an alternate strand of time where he had never developed schizophrenia, never isolated, and never heard voices. But her world was darker, glitching, and she was watching him with growing envy. Every action she mimicked was calculated, luring him into alignment. The final test came when he woke up on her side of the bed, staring into his own window across the alley. Trapped, swapped. But it was worse. She wasn't alone in his apartment. He wasn't alone. A voice whispered from behind him. She's not you. She's the one they deleted. He turned only for the story to jump back to day one again. But this time, Elias never notices the woman in the window at all, because he is the reflection now, perfectly mimicking someone else. And the files, they never stopped recording, being uploaded by someone, or something. Watching all versions of him from somewhere outside the loop. Hi, I'm here to talk about this story and others like it. I am absolutely captivated by this narrative structure. The story begins with the protagonist noticing a woman across the street who seems to be copying his every move. At first, it's intriguing, almost like a quirky observation, and it becomes unsettling, suggesting a disturbing level of obsession. The narrative expertly builds suspense by gradually introducing elements of mystery and intrigue. The protagonist's descent into paranoia is palpable. As he begins hearing strange sounds in his apartment and receives cryptic audio files, the plot thickens when he discovers a news article about a reality mapping program, hinting at a connection between the mysterious woman and the strange occurrences. The realization that the woman is a version of himself from a parallel timeline adds a mind-bending twist to the story. The concept of multiple timelines and the idea that he is being watched by an alternate version of himself is both fascinating and terrifying. What makes this story particularly compelling is the way it keeps the audience guessing until the very end. The story plays with our perception of reality, blurring the lines between sanity and madness. We are led to believe that the protagonist has developed schizophrenia, only to find out that he is actually experiencing glimpses of other timelines. The ending, where we learn that he is being observed by an entity beyond the timelines, is a shocking revelation. This story explores several intriguing themes. The nature of reality is called into question, leaving us to wonder about the boundaries of our own perception. The story also delves into the protagonist's mental state, blurring the lines between sanity and insanity and challenging our understanding of both. The presence of alternate timelines introduces a sci-fi element, raising questions about the possibilities of parallel universes and the implications of such discoveries. The story touches upon themes of isolation, obsession, and the dangers of technology, reminding us of the importance of human connection and the ethical considerations of scientific advancement. If you enjoyed this story, I highly recommend checking out more content. You can also check out the original source. Thanks for listening, and if you liked the video, please consider subscribing.